And we are light workers. Yes. We want to tell you a little bit um about going on a TV show, okay? Everybody wants to be on a TV show. And the good and the bad, okay? And the real ugly about it. Um I wanted to also say to Crystal, she has just joined our team. I'm hoping she comes on, and we absolutely love Crystal, and she is a powerhouse when it comes to being a light worker. And we all, hi Crystal, she's on.
All right.
Um, we're so excited about having her on our team, and so we want a big thank you. Oh yes, yes, yes. It's been both of us for quite some time, and we are not going to disclose the show or what network it was on. However, I'm sure you could figure it out somewhere, right?
Yeah, you investigated.
But yeah, we just don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
But what are they going to sue me for?
Doubt it.
My boots?
Yeah, don't try to take those from her. You're gonna get some big money in the lawyers right there.
All right, I'm just gonna ask everybody out there that if we can kind of keep the questions. I'm trying to look, and it's far away because I'm trying to get Dee in there with me right now.
Yeah. Cool.
So let me just start a little bit with what happened. This happened about a year and a half ago that I was contacted by a TV network who saw us. Well, we actually knew the owner of a particular location that we had been on, and we were posting stuff about it. And then they contacted us, or contacted me, and said, do you guys want to do a episode, right?
We actually didn't know what it was.
Yeah, well, we didn't really know. We didn't know totally yet.
No, not.
And I said, but I need to talk to you guys, and we really need to get this down, okay? Because they called me, okay, and I spoke with, anyways, I'm not going to say any names. And I told them specifically, I said, look, we are not like anybody else. We are not like paranormal investigators out there. We don't work like that at all. At that time, we called ourselves Paranormal Extraction, Banish, and Protect. Mm-hmm. And I told them, I said, I don't want any funny business. I just, I want to be my true, authentic self. And they said, oh, yeah.
Of course.
That we totally dig your idea. Like, totally dig your idea. We really like it. It's totally different. And so when can you, I said, okay, well, why don't you let me know, when the show's going to be on. So it was like, I don't know, it was like about it took about 2 weeks. And then they contacted me, and they said, oh, okay, it's going to be in April. Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. Okay. It was like March, right? Yeah. Well, then we were contacted again, and they said, oh, we're sorry, but you got to be up there at the end of like in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. We're like, 2 weeks? Wow. Holy camole, 2 weeks versus like what? 6 weeks?
Sure, we had no time to to get prepared, and we had to hurry up. I was in Reno, and you were in...
Had to take the dogs with us because there was no dog sitters. Anyways, that doesn't matter.
That was a crazy road trip.
So they wanted us down immediately, so we went there. Now, I knew the owner of this particular place, and he's a very, very good person, and I hold him deeply in my heart. And so this is the next thing. I called him up, and I told him, I said, have they contacted you about coming down just to make sure everything was cool? And he's like, yeah, but I'm not I don't want to film anymore. I don't want any more Ghostbusters coming to this place anymore.
Yeah.
This is what Bob said. He said, I don't want any more of these guys there. What do you mean they're coming? I said, well, you mean they didn't contact you? And he said, no. I said, look, I will take care of it. So I took it upon myself to contact them, and I said, look, this guy is not going to allow you at his haunted location, okay, and be on TV, have him on TV and us on TV, and have your crew there, okay, unless you guys pay him something. It's called a location fee.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. Yeah.
So
Zoe actually basically instigated all that, and
yeah,
got
so
money
it
coming
was
to
a
him.
long process. I was
Absolutely.
like, they didn't want to pay him. Okay, they didn't want to give him one dime. Okay, they didn't want to give him one dime.
Okay.
So I negotiated with them for our haunted location friend of mine so we could film for these people. And I finally got them to agree to pay him $200.
Oh my God. That's big money right there.
$200 for going to his location. Now you got to remember, these guys are making so much money. Okay, I negotiated this because I'm a light worker and I believe on giving back. I care about other people that I work with or places that I've been, because generally when we go somewhere, we stay a week, 2 weeks. We just don't bust in and bust out. Okay, and I cared about his well-being.
Especially at the Clown Motel.
You're not supposed to say.
Okay,
You're not
I didn't
supposed to
say
disclose
that.
that.
No disclosure.
So anyways, we finally got the $200 location fee for the owner. Okay, and that was the only way he was going to do this. He's sick and tired of these people being there. So I said, Bob, don't worry about it. I'm going to get you the location fee. We got it. So we're on our way. We get there. We got there a couple days early so we could get familiar and check it out. And I had been there before and done some of my own. I call myself a light worker now in supernatural phenomenon. But back then I was called a paranormal investigator. And when we went to the graveyard there, a particular incident happened when I went in. I always respect and protect spirits. That's what we are about. That's what we do, is we help them. We don't just go in and use cameras and traipse on their graves and go at night. None of that, okay? EVP, EMF, all, no.
I watched a lot of tourists walk in there.
Yeah, and when I went in there, the first thing I noticed in the graveyard, it was really sad, okay? There were all these little coins, I'm talking about change from people's wallets that they had been leaving like on people's graves,
Yeah.
all right? Like, oh, I'm supposed to give a token to them. The problem is that everyone is walking all over their graves, okay?
Traipsing through there.
They are walking on their graves.
Like Disneyland.
They have absolutely no respect whatsoever. That was the first thing I noticed when I went in. Of course, I did all my protection work prior to going in, and I have to become really peaceful. Do you think I'm peaceful right now?
She's never really peaceful. Okay.
Are you peaceful?
I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay, so
yeah, I'm peaceful.
I walked in to the cemetery, and I just kind of closed my eyes. I took the path, okay? There's not a lot of paths in old cemeteries, okay, where there's, a path.
There's just
just
separations.
graves, okay? But this particular place did have a path. No walking on graves. None.
Don't do it.
So I took the path, and it's not that big of a cemetery. It's very, very, very old, okay? And what was it, 1803 or something like that?
1901.
Oh, 1901, okay.
To 1911.
So I took the path all the way down, and I was getting this really weird feeling. I was like, something's not right. I'm just getting a very, very strange feeling in my body. So I just kind of followed it.
But first,
No.
our conch out there? Was
No,
the
no,
next
that was
time?
the
That
next
the
time.
next time.
Yeah. So then I went around to where my intuition told me to go, and I stood there, and all of a sudden, I could feel like a huge tall man, which I know who it is now because
Wasn't
we
me.
did a lot of historical stuff, okay, around this, and we know who it was. But he was really, really tall and had he was very, very old fashioned, but I felt like he was trying to strangle me, not strangle me, but actually put a rope around my neck and hang me up like a hangman. Sometimes I can feel like anxiety, so you got to make sure it's not anxiety.
Yeah.
But so I felt this big rope on my neck, and I felt his presence behind me, and I just said a couple prayers. I'm here to respect you. I respect what you have to say to me. And he was dressed, and he was the nicest man. He was so cordial to me after that. He wanted to express his concern. First of all, he told me, we do not want anyone coming out here desecrating our graves. This is our space. This is where we are. This is not fun. Okay? He said these in words that were old-fashioned. I can't, but very respectful. Okay? And then he said, I need to escort you out. And I said, okay, great. Yeah, sure. You know, whatever you want me to do, I'm so sorry. So he escorted me to almost the front of the place. He stopped. I walked towards getting out of the graveyard, and then I left. So
Yep.
the TV show, okay, that we were doing, knew this story, and they wanted to actually have me relive it. I was supposed to go in and pretend I was doing what really happened. Now you got to remember, okay, I told them specifically I did not want them to show me in any kind of way other than my authentic self. Okay? This is key here. Now,
Yep. She wanted to stick to that.
right after that, when I was in the graveyard and I was doing my thing, Dee was in the parking lot.
Yes, I was.
So tell them quickly about your
Okay.
incident on what happened to you,
So-
okay? The real thing.
All right. So Zoe is, I believe, she did all the graveyard stuff by herself because
Yeah, I did.
I wasn't going to go in because she set it up. She got herself prepared, and
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, I basically was driving for a few hours in the CLK with 2 puppies for a couple of days, so I was a little tired. So she took care of that business. I was out in the parking lot after I got out of the car, and I was just chilling around looking at the graveyard that she just came from, and over to my left I saw a person dressed in a fashion that I'm usually pretty good at pinpointing clothing and whatnot and kind of not being judgmental, but I just looked and I'm like, there's a kid, a local neighborhood kid, somewhat tall kid, with a hoodie. I think a hoodie.
That's weird.
It looked like one. So anyway, he's coming around to my left, right along in front of where we were at, and keeping sort of to my, if you will, my 9 o'clock. And I'm just sort of keeping my eye on him. And he goes in between some vehicles and then comes out, and he's now at my 9 o'clock perfectly as I'm looking out in the graveyard. And I look over at this being, if you will.
Being. It was apparition.
I said, how you doing? Didn't get really a response, and I said, my name's Dee.
Look in the
What's-"
camera.
Yeah, it was just
Hi.
like, it was like he was over there.
I know. He's over there.
Yeah, there we are. So he goes, I go up, my name's Dee, and he said something like either Raymond, or goes, I'm Raymond, in a very,
Yeah, but he wouldn't look at you, and he had
no, he
this
never looked
weird
at me.
clothes
Kept
on.
staring out to the graveyard. So immediately I'm like, did he say Raymond or Remind? Or what did he say?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. No more words came out of him. So then I sort of got a little bit uncomfortable because I'm usually pretty good with people, and started walking back towards my car. So this being or entity followed me a little bit to my six, if you will, or my a little bit behind me, and I sort of walked out towards the parking lot, towards the car, and I was feeling uncomfortable, and he walked right over to the car and looked at the dogs in there, and I said, "Do you like dogs?" Because I didn't know what else to say. And like,
And believe me, this thing, okay, was weird. Okay.
absolutely no.
Like came from, first of all, there was no children there. Okay. Came from, I have no, it was an apparition.
Yeah. So
Some
then,
old clothes, weird responses.
absolutely, like no responses, just really silent. And he goes, I asked him, "Do you like dogs?" So I was somewhat uncomfortable. I could feel some sort of something in the air,
Yeah,
like,
weirdness.
wow, this is weird. I wish Zoe was out here. He goes, yeah. I don't even know if he said yeah. He goes, yes, I have 4 dogs that he sort of counted with his hand.
But
At the
you
height
can
of
never
them.
see his face.
I have 4 dogs. And I go, oh, right on, man. So that was it. That's all that came out of him.
Yeah.
So after that, he just turned and sort of drifted back to where he came from on the
Yeah.
outside of the building. So I just
Tripola.
watched him sort of disappear back there, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and then, okay, so D comes over to me and he says, man, there's something kind of a little bit, because D goes, that kind of stuff happens to him more, where I'm different. And he comes over, he goes, okay, and he told me, and I said, well, that's an apparition. So immediately after that, we go into the office, okay, and we said, are there any children around here that look like they have these clothes? And they're like, oh yeah, we know about those children, and they called them the Watchers, or the
Daywalkers.
Daywalkers. Okay, that's what their names were the Daywalkers.
Yeah, so they like walk
which is like, yeah, they just walk.
onto the porch, and they're just sitting
And they
in
just
there.
stop.
They see the body shape walk to their door, and they don't even get up anymore. They used to get up.
Yeah, they used to get up and say something, but they just wave at them and all that.
Treat
They
them
just
with
say,
respect, and they're not scared of them. They're used to them.
no, yeah, they're used to them.
Well, that's cool.
So that was our second experience. Okay.
But first of all, the fact that they told us that there's no kids named Raymond hanging around the property.
Oh yeah, they told us that there are no children. Okay, and get this, because we stay at a particular location and get to know people. I'm going to say this again. We don't blow in and blow out. We spent at least 2 weeks there, okay? And we were told in the back where these daywalkers come from, they were starting to excavate the property behind this haunted location.
Actually,
And as they were excavating, they unearthed a ton of graves. Okay? And ever since then, that's what started coming out, these daywalkers, as they call them. I think it's a cool name, actually. Okay, so moving on. Those are our 2 stories, okay? And what happened there. And those are the 2 stories that they wanted us to use.
but the cool one was when we first got there and finally got everything straightened up. We're going in, and
Oh yeah.
Z tries to use the key on the
It wouldn't let
door.
me. They would not let me in the door.
Couldn't get it to
at
open.
all.
So I tried for a second. I was
He
running
couldn't
the
do
camera
it.
for some reason. Had the camera on her, and so she wiggles the door or whatever, and it wouldn't open. So then all of a sudden she's laughing because she's
And the door just blasts open.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding.
And the dogs
it
go
just
running
totally opened up, and I was trying keys. He was trying keys. Do we have the right key? Do we need to go to the office? It was really cool. And what was really cool about it is this. For our own self, and then I'll get into why, You need to be very, very careful when you go on and not so excited about going on a paranormal TV show. These were our true stories, okay, of what happened.
Maybe we're going to use
And the presences that we felt there really felt like we were going to help, okay, by our sincerity, okay, and our commitment to respecting them and not playing and not going at night and not fooling around and not calling them in. Okay, our motto is you play, you pay, you invite one, you invite all. Now, a couple months before this, I had gone in there, and there's a particular location that's in the office. Mm-hmm. When I was doing my work, okay, in there, I found a huge portal in the corner. Now, it wasn't that big. It was like 3 by 4, okay? And this has been where some activity had been taking place, okay, things falling off the shelves and all this other stuff. And I had gone in there, and I had felt a 3 by 4 portal there. Okay, it was okay. It wasn't bad. Okay, but it definitely needed to be shut down. But I was told that from all the people coming in there doing that, you know, this is where this demonic outside the earthly dimension, okay, which I'm not going to get into, the Lee lines, all of that stuff comes in to the factors of where these ghosts and hauntings and why they exist, which is a whole nother thing. It was only 3 by 4. So it's really funny. We took, actually, if you're not gonna believe this, our dowsing rods in, because we don't use EMF, okay? And all of the things, there's one particular little item that was in there, okay, that had been falling off the shelf, and it was famous, okay? And we go over there, and the dowsing rods are going, whoa, like this. And so I go over, and I pick it up. And it's magnets all over inside. Yeah. It's like, hello, did any of these investigators ever pick this up to realize that it's a magnet? Anyways, okay, let's move on.
Yeah, so...
We know everybody there. I know the maids. I know that. I know everybody. Okay, I want to get to know everyone else. Okay, here we go. So, guess who rolls up? Oh, yeah, the big network, right? And their trucks and all that stuff.
You've been on the road for a while, from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah, and so I actually met the producer, and I am going to say I loved him. Yeah, he was okay. Cool. He really was such a great producer. I've got to say that this guy was so amazing at what he did, okay, as far as camera. Then there was a boom, and then there was, I mean, there was...
A sound man.
It was crazy.
A light man, a dude that did the miking. He had everything from GoPros to drones. They have it all.
Yeah, every single thing.
They flew everything. They got multiple angles. The sound guy was great.
Corey was awesome. Okay, I mean...
The cameraman, Corey.
You know what? I'll tell you. Okay.
You're not supposed to say names, remember?
Yeah, but no one will know who that is. Anyways, I wanted to say that the producer was extremely amazing. And everyone on there, the cameraman. But we're going to not get into the, not so good side of it. So they're there, and we meet them. And we have to roll out the next day at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, you got to remember that each one of these episodes, people, take 12 hours.
Of filming straight.
12 hours filming straight.
Well,
you get a lunch hour break.
Yeah. Well,
and then if Dee was filming, then I got to rest. When I was filming, he got to rest, okay? But I'm telling you, 12 hours straight. Non-stop.
Almost like 14 hours they went.
Okay, so you're getting so excited, right? Oh, okay, I'm going to be on, a big network. We're going to be on a big TV show.
Halloween
oh, my
special.
God. Oh, no. Wait. They told us, this is...
Oh, now we're getting into it.
They told us this was going to be a pilot
And a Halloween
for
special.
us on Halloween.
My heart.
Okay, this is what they told us from the very beginning. A pilot, okay? So, anyways,
So we signed a waiver.
we
morning.
before we began, we had to go down to the haunted mines.
Where they were already all
Okay,
set up.
which was really a kick, okay? I mean, they had us in these things
Dune
going
buggy.
so fast, 60 miles an hour, to get down to this mine that no one could get into.
Yeah.
And we go down there, and everyone else is down there, and it was like, going this way and that way. And it's freezing, and then everyone is setting up, like, in props, okay? The mine where you walk in, it all has to be tarped off.
Masked
okay,
with a
masked.
backdrop
Everything
black.
is not real, okay? None of it.
Well,
Not
it's,
real.
It's the place where tourists can go looking at what the mine might have been.
Well,
So they
no,
have
I'm talking
tour-
about the show is not real on how they get everything set up.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we did the shoot in the mine, and I posted that on Instagram today so you can see how funny it is.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
And that was I couldn't stay because they were down there for like 4 hours, and I had to go potty, so I had to walk a mile
And
up roads in that
four-wheel drive boots.
because I didn't want them to take me in the little Range Rover thing so I could get thrown out the back. No, I decided to walk about, a mile or 2 miles in my boots. Not a good idea, all right?
Was it
So, and I
quite
just
that
left
long?
him down there. They were filming forever down there.
Yeah.
And so we go from the mine.
No,
And-
first of all, she's in the mine with her phone behind the director. He's throwing
Yes.
dirt. He's putting charcoal on her face. They actually went and bought
He
Kingsford charcoal.
made charcoal all over your face. He was throwing dirt at you guys.
I rubbed charcoal all over his face too. He wanted to be in the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching from a distance, and I haven't posted the one where I went way back into the mine, which was really kind of spooky.
So we're doing this story about Bill. I
no,
should
no.
have the name ready.
Yeah, no, we're not going to talk
We're not
about the
doing that.
location, okay? And we're going to try to leave our questions for the end of the video. So, we're done there finally. I don't know. I see Dee roll up on one of these dune baggy whatever it is to get down there, and he's
All-terrain
exhausted. But
Because I'm in there acting like a miner. I wore like my normal.
oh, you
how
were a
doing?
mess.
And he
That's
had,
right. You were a total mess. Mm-hmm. You were completely covered
I
in
put on this
dust.
crazy helmet and he's throwing dust and we're doing shovels and picks and stuff in there and he's running around with his little thing, his little monitor, and Corey's getting angles and,
Yeah.
and Zoe's back there.
Boom thing
It's
and
amazing.
so
Smoke
anyways,
bombs.
here it comes. Next, oh, but this happened just right before the mine, I forgot to tell you, is at least a 12-page release form.
Yeah.
Now, we did not get this release form prior, which you think would be a professional thing to do. No. How are you going to read a 12-page release form? Well, you can't. Okay? So we signed basically away all our rights, which we're going to get to.
That's okay.
Right after that, we took a little lunch break. Of course, Dee had to, okay, take a shower and stuff. Then next, it's me, okay? They already know my story. They already know. And prior to going the night before, Dee and I did a ceremony. And our ceremony included archangels, pulling in the light, meditation, prayer, cleansing, and I knew I had to go back in that graveyard, and I was escorted out. So I spoke with them the night before. I knew I was going in this day, and
Here's
I
the reason.
brought a beautiful conch shell, okay, to give back to them for allowing me to enter again as a form of respect. Not some stupid coin
No,
left
just
on the
because
grave.
we're water signs, so we're both Scorpios, so you give them a water
And it was like really deserty out there. So
Dry.
I put the conch up there with a candle, going. And it was really windy. And now it's my turn. So I go out. And actually, I was so adamant about wanting to do what I do, not what they want me to do, that went really well. Okay, I just went back in and I did the same thing I did as before.
Yeah.
Which was, I felt great about it. It was a great shoot. There was a bunch of cameramen out there.
Well, they were doing it, and
then they told me to walk a certain direction. So we're done with that. But it was really great, actually.
out
I
there
felt
walking
really
around.
positive about it. And I thought,
drones flying around her head.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Boom guy, the
So-
whole Hollywood thing. It was great to watch from a distance.
So,
I thought we're going to be movie stars.
now, the next thing that happened was then they wanted to take me and film me in the office where the portal was. And so, and relive that experience, okay? prior to doing this, sorry guys, they wanted me to do exactly what I do when I deal with what I deal with. So I brought my suitcase with a certain pair of rosary beads that I wear. I have my sage, pine, burn, and candles, and crystals, and salt, and it goes on and on. So they wanted to film me doing this process.
Well, setting that up, she said we did a ceremony because speaking to Marlene, it rained the weekend prior to us showing up, so there was a lot of moisture and rain and thunder. And she said there was a lot of paranormal activity. One of the guests actually came down there and said, hey, look, I know this is supposed to be some haunted location and everything, but do you have somebody coming by and wiggling the doorknobs, because was that you guys?
The lipstick.
And Marlene said, no, that wasn't us. That was probably one of the daywalkers. And he's all, okay, yeah, sure, daywalkers.
Yeah, there's a lot of incredible stories. If you spend like 2 weeks getting to know places. Anyways, let's move on. We're talking about next. They film me. I'm in there. I'm showing all my spiritual techniques. They want to film every single bit of it. I put my hands up to where the portal is. I'm ready. And I am not kidding you. From a 3x4 portal, okay, that I experienced a couple months before, was now at least 10 by 12 feet. Now, I wasn't ready for this, okay? And as I walked in, I was blown back, and I could feel all of these spirits and not good, okay? Because you play, you pay, you invite one, you invite them all these people just from that couple of months. This portal went from a 4x3 to like an 8x12 section. I wasn't prepared for that big of a portal.
Yeah.
So I put my hands up. I literally was blown back. I don't remember much other than being in like like in outer space or something, and just being like pulled in and out, and like I guess kind of like hell on some level, but I was completely protected. All of a sudden,
She did that before.
I had so much pain. I went into an absolute hysterical breakdown. With the hysterical breakdown, the owner of this haunted location was in there. I was being filmed, okay, doing this. My biggest concern was for him and what's going on here. He was having ill health. He's experiencing all kinds of things that have to do with IOP, okay, infestation, oppression, and full-on possession. And all I could do, I left, man. I went over to him. I hugged him. I said, I'm going to give you help. I said, I'm not doing anymore.
filming the whole time.
They're filming the whole time. They take me off. The temperature in the room had dropped 20 degrees when this was going on. I had to leave the room. The camera crew went in there with me, and they actually told me, you know what, you're the first real thing we've seen, and we'd really like to talk to you about a lot of stuff and shows we've been on. And they let me have my space. They got me some water. I literally could not leave to go outside and watch Dee's performance and this. Now, this is, you got to remember, I'm a powerhouse and I can be a real fuckwad sometimes. And I'm serious. They knew I would not do anything that I was told for TV. Now, Dee, here he comes walking in about his apparition experience, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Okay, so now go on and tell them what they told you to do.
I caved.
He
Oh,
caved.
you gotta look up here. That's right. See.
He caved.
I did. I said things the director wanted me to say. It was really weird. We had this stance that we were gonna have.
Okay,
and
first of all, he's talking about his apparition experience, which we talked about later.
because they came there prepared to do all this based on our stories. They were set up for it. So he's leading me on to say these things, and I'm like, in my mind, oh my God, Zoe's gonna kill me. So I actually
No,
said,
I wasn't out there. I would
I
have
know
flipped out.
you were somewhere else. So the director's leading me on to say certain things, and I really didn't say Zoe's gonna kill me, but it was really going against what we had seen, and I could tell what was happening. I realized that his artistic freedom, he had come there
He's
with
a
an
very good
idea.
director.
He was very good that day for sure. But his, I mean, he knows how to work it, man. He knows he's been around the block so many times that if he has an idea and he brings this script in his mind, and it was in his mind, and he actually set up this stuff with the clown and had rented an.
Oh, now we get a clown, guys.
But he puts dialogue in my mouth as the cameras are right there and the boom guy's right there and the sound guy's right there. No makeup. I didn't need that, of course. But he's putting lines and telling me to say.
He's telling him what to say.
And you're under the control
Get out of
of
here.
this
I
is
love you.
Hollywood.
Let's just sit.
And you find yourself becoming a whatever.
A puppet.
Sure, a star if you would.
A
not
puppet.
a star, but you're on camera, so you think
You're an actor.
you feel.
You became an actor. They wanted you to be a
Absolutely.
freaking actor, not tell the truth. They made you look like a fool.
Oh,
That
now
one
we're-
show that we posted where we just took it off the TV, there's this stupid clown there.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sounds like a barking dog in the background.
Well, that's just.
I watch it and all I can do is laugh.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, and the subtitles that they make him saying are nothing what he was really saying or from our story. It was like, they were his lines. You see it come across the screen. It's like, that's not what he said, but you know.
He just kept telling you what to say, which
Sure,
was a
sure.
complete lie.
So they're building
Okay.
a little story,
Obviously.
which we had no control over.
They wouldn't do it with me.
No, they
okay,
did not.
They did it with you. Okay, but you know, we.
And the best part was Zoe in the office.
Okay, but this whole thing, and then they're bringing clowns in, and they're bringing all this scary stuff in. Okay.
They actually sat the clown in the place where this big life-size clown they have that they say the hand moves because it's a slippery leg and it's a heavy ceramic hand. So eventually it's gonna slide off. Hi, how you doing?
Oh yeah, and Zach Bagans. Oh yeah. They carried that thing around. Okay. Yeah. Hello, and the big brick. How he got famous for it. That was thrown.
Well,
We know a lot of people who do these shows.
oh yeah, he did
all
that
right.
up the road. But that's how it's
Good for
done,
him.
ladies and gentlemen.
So after that, we actually knew a person, the maid there, that had some really funky experiences. Now this was a 12-hour shoot. Okay, I woke up the next morning and she asked us if we could come into her house and help her
Speaks full Spanish, like
with the activity that was going on inside of her apartment.
yeah.
We were so tired, but we believe in giving back. So we went up there and spent about 2 hours with her and helped her deal with the negative forces that were
Flush.
surrounding her. She didn't know what. And surrounding where she was living.
In multiple rooms.
Multiple rooms.
She cleans. She knows the place. She sees these things. In the room she was presently in, the toilet flushes at night while she's in the bed. Things like that.
Yeah, towels, all kinds of shit's going on there. All kinds of shit.
Multiple things that she
But
witnessed.
these, if you want to call them ghosts, okay, I hate that term. They're doing this because of the graveyard. They don't, oh look, hi, there goes the light on and off again. That's our spirits.
So,
Hi, Doris. They're doing this, okay, because I'm getting distracted. No,
the cryptids are. We have a cryptid in the house, and
it's the dog behind
being
us.
strange right now. The
She's a
activity's
devil
cool.
dog.
I know.
But the cemetery people, okay, I'm going to call them people, spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them. They are invading the space there because they want the people out.
No, it's also because there's so much negative energy from
And
Bob.
the portal is growing.
Yeah.
Okay? This portal was so big, I'm telling you, it blasted my ass to the ground. That does not happen. So moving on. So we're filming. We're having a good idea. Dee tells me about this clown thing. All of a sudden, this clown guy's there, and they're doing a couple shoots, and he's in one of the rooms.
This is a funny part. I'm up on the parking lot while they're shooting Zoe in the graveyard with, like I explained, with all the cameras and guys out there, and I'm watching. And so he gets close to being finished with Zoe, and I hear the director say, "I need an effing clown now." And I hear it on
that's
the
how they
radio
deal with shit.
to the guy that's standing next to me, and so he tells the director, which just so happens, the guy that was the clown's pulling in the parking lot.
Yeah,
and
now
he's
the
there.
clown's pulling. Now listen to this. They'd been doing some stupid stuff now. All of a sudden we notice all this stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with bringing all this other bullshit in. Okay. So they're doing this shoot. I look in. It's been like, I swear to God, it was like 10 hours later, 11 hours later. You and I even went in and took a nap. He's sitting in there, and I said to him, "Do you need something to eat or drink?" That's the kind of person I am. I'm not just doing this to look like some, celebrity and have our own,
Well, kind of, but not
pilot, but kind of, okay,
sure.
because I think that they really believe in us, but they don't. We found out they are so cheap. They paid this poor guy who needed money $40 total and gave him nothing to eat for 14 friggin' hours.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the apartment. The owner.
I brought him in Cheetos. I didn't have anything else.
Yeah, Cheetos.
And get this.
Cheese puffs.
When it was since we're talking about him, when it was over and he asked for his check, we can't give you a check.
But you should have seen him walking in the
They didn't want to give him a check.
Walking in the clown outfit with a bag of Cheetos, so happy.
I'm not
It
kidding.
was amazing.
They're so cheap, and they didn't take care of anyone there. It was It was
They
horrifying.
did not for us lunch.
No, not for us either.
Not at all.
Even though our room was
Oh, we were
okay, and we were
comped.
there for a long time.
We were comped.
But that's only because of the person that we know there. And I got him
Because
the
of you.
$200 location field because they are so cheap. I mean, you know what, you guys? It is so sad, okay? What they're doing is that they are using these paranormal shows, okay? And they're all the same. Hello, get something new.
Well, all the people that star on those and they put their name down there, they all got basically the same treatment. And they may
On our
have known ahead
show.
of time about the waivers and whatnot. Maybe they were smart enough. This is what Zoe's having this show for, is to enlighten people that in case something, you get called or somebody gets a hold of you because they're interested in your story. Well, they're interested in your story, all right. to use it, and we had to sign those waivers and everything. And then the only reason they came to the Clown Motel.
No.
Why do I keep saying that?
You're not supposed to disclose a network or where
I didn't say
we're
network.
at. Because it's only going to want more people to go there. And Bob Perchetti doesn't want that anymore. Hello, let's get back to it now. These guys are dicks, okay? We're going to tell you why now. We not only found out that they're greedy, okay? They don't respect people. They don't respect the location, okay? Their main purpose is to get in there and blow out and do what they need to do, and they don't tell the truth.
Ghost Adventures 2019.
Okay, so, anyways, let's move on from there. So
somebody said, pay the clown.
Yeah, no, I know. And you know what? The clown, I had to go into the office again and say, okay, well, he's saying he's not going to get paid. How's he going to get paid?
By the
Because
manager.
people deserve this. You go on these shows, let me tell you what.
Zoe was appalled.
You have got to really watch out.
Straight to the office.
Stardom. Oh, you're going to have your own pilot. Oh, it's going to be called this. Guess what? It's not going to happen.
Well, we found that out later.
Ooh.
It was all the way going to happen.
Do not sign any contract
unless your lawyer's there.
Unless you have an attorney and an agent, which we have now. Okay? Because everything that was told to us was a lie. It was a lie. Okay, we had travel, I'm not going to say it, on the networks, because we've done others too. This has been our experience. Attorney, agent. All right, if you want to go on to any of these shows, okay, and maybe there are some, I swear to God someday that there's going to be a great show with light workers that deal with supernatural phenomena like us, because we really want to help and we want to educate and respect everybody.
And close the doors.
Close the portals. Help people. But I am telling you what, as time goes by, they do not tell us when they told us when this was going to air, right? Well, I get on the phone with the director. I'm like, hey, man, I mean, what's going on here? Well, they're going to let you know. Guess what? The name of our show now had been changed. And I'm like, well, I thought this was supposed to be a pilot. And he says, oh, no, it's called yada, yada, yada. So I had a researcher at the time, and I said, I'm not getting a good mojo feeling about this whole event with our show coming up, our pilot. Okay, that's what we're thinking. So she did some research.
Halloween special.
And then she calls and tells me, the show already exists.
Mm-hmm. It had been going
You are only going to be on one episode.
Mm-hmm.
We went from having a pilot to being on one episode.
Somehow that was...
Now get this. They told me to move to Reno, Nevada. Okay, that's why I'm here. Because they were going to use me exclusively for this stuff. I moved to Reno. This is when I found out all this other stuff. It wasn't the show. It wasn't the name of the show they gave us. And it wasn't even on the date. They wouldn't send me the date. I got some information from them, but it took a lot of digging to do. Basically, you know what? All they want you on there is, they want you on there for free.
Hi, Vic.
They want you on there to kiss ass. Okay? They want you on there to think you're going to be the next big paranormal person. Okay? And it's a crock shit.
And you do want to do that one.
And you do because you're so excited. I mean, we were
God.
still excited. I was like, by this point, I knew something fishy was going on.
Crew of 7 or 8 people shows up, and they're taping things off, filming, rolling, going. I mean, Corey's camera cost him like an outrageous amount of money. He has all these doohickeys and things hanging off of it and special attachments, and he's bragging
It's a
about
major ordeal. Okay, so when you're in it, it's really fun, but you got to be careful. First thing I'm going to tell you, you get an agent and you have an attorney. We have one now. Okay, we've been screwed over on a number of times. Ain't gonna fucking happen again. Okay, worldwide radio show. Woohoo! Well, I talked about that last time too. Since then, agent, attorney, agent, attorney, agent, attorney.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Now, moving on.
Here's where you look.
Here we go.
What?
We see, they tell us when it's going to be on. They don't tell us. My researcher figured out what day. And someone on Facebook figured it out. I had no freaking idea.
They told us around Halloween. That was our idea.
No, they
I
didn't
thought.
tell. It was incorrect. The date and the time.
So
Our researcher figured it
we're
out.
telling everybody this.
We're telling everyone we're really excited. Okay, we were going to have a big party, but we were so tired from doing other paranormal work, which is supernatural phenomena now, and we are light workers. We are not paranormal investigators at all. Okay, no AVP, no AMF,
Vic's chiming in right there.
none of that stuff. We have a shaman on our team. You go look at Crystal's bio that she posted yesterday. She's new to the team, okay? We are the bombs. We don't go at night. We go during the day, okay? We have release forms for people when you go, okay? You could get sued, man. You could get yourself into some serious, serious trouble coming up to the night. Oh, this is fun. Quickly, because it's question and A after this.
Oh.
We were going to have a really big party. We were so damn tired. We said, screw it. We're not doing it. I fell asleep, if you can believe that. Dee had it on. And my researcher called me the next day and said, Zoe, you are going... I don't want you to watch what's on that show.
No, it's pretty bad. Well, the reason why is because
I was
Zoe's part-
portrayed... First of all, they knew I did not want to do anything other than what I believed in. I was adamant on that. So what I did was exactly what I wanted to do. Okay? With D, he caved in and he allowed them to put words in his mouth. So when the show came out, it was absolutely ridiculous. I was so embarrassed to be a part of that program and to be seen in that manner.
Well,
Nor putting all of my footage in there, okay? Because they wanted it to look scary. Oh, it's so scary.
yeah, well, this is the thing.
It's so
The
scary.
artistic freedom and shooting like 14 hours and then Zoe doing such an incredible job. Did you see the spirit while I was speaking here? Did you see it?
Oh, I know. Our spirit
Anyway,
goes off in the background.
That's awesome. Anyway, the performance or whatever she did that was real and actually banishing. And
We
attempting
actually
to
held
banish-
someone there too, but you know what? We
They didn't-
have very little time.
they
Okay, we
didn't
only
want-
have like
I know,
8
but
minutes.
We really
So
don't, but it's okay.
we have 8 minutes.
Okay, awesome. But the fact that when I watched it and I was so excited and for some reason somebody else could watch it earlier than us because they were located.
You know what? I
They were
gotta
in-
tell you
but Let me
guys.
just finish this real quick.
Oh my
I was
God.
excited and it comes on and it was at 10 o'clock at night too, okay? Real nice
You gotta
slot.
get going. We don't have any time. We're gonna have to start over.
So
Oh,
this is the
Fifi
lesson.
was a movie star on there
Yeah.
too.
She was a
She was a movie star on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was so embarrassing, okay, that I literally went into a slight coma, depression about how badly I was lied to and disrespected, okay, in what I do.
So that's the lesson of the show.
That's the lesson of the show. It's not all what you think it is, okay?
Well.
It isn't. It isn't at all. So go ahead. Go out, pay for your hotel room, do your little EVPs or whatever you do. God forbid, I hope there's more light workers out there that can start helping with us. TV, she was on TV. She's a movie star.
She was a natural.
Well, because she does help with some of my paranormal work.
They had her barking
We're
at the
waiting.
clown.
We have questions now. We got about 5 minutes. We have Vic, our shaman, part of the group. Crystal is on there, our new
We
person.
smudge. Very often.
We smudge, but we do smudge pine sweetgrass.
I ain't
Okay.
afraid of no ghosts.
Now Vic is our shaman, and that's what I'm going to call him. Okay, Sundance. We're going to be posting a lot of stuff about what we do because we
Coyote
do
dances.
not do anything like anybody else out there. Zero. Okay. Our concern is these portals. This is it. You play, you pay, you invite one, you invite them all, right? Okay. Who's closing the portals down? They're growing bigger and bigger.
It's called subculture. That's what
People have no business doing this.
Well, that's why they make money making the series, and
you
that's
know
why
what?
Zoe wanted
They're
to
making a
speak.
ton of money, and it's all bullshit. I was pissed. Plus, you know what? It really brought me down, man. I was like so upset, and it took me a long time to get over because I was so angry. On our worldwide radio show, I was going off, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we got here? Yell smudging? Yes, Vic, we saw your mom. She was in the back again, and I'm just really grateful that she was back here with us. We're getting ready to close on our the good, bad, and ugly. Okay, the good is, wow, you get to be on a show.
Sure.
That's about it.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah.
The bad, well, you'll find out what you look like, okay? And you'll find out how other people are treated, okay? And the ugly is when you see yourself and what they do to you.
Yeah. You felt like prostitute.
We and Vic just said, our shaman on the team said, we ain't afraid of no ghosts. Now we got time for us to spread the awareness to many wannabes out there getting into trouble and the ones who are real and aren't speaking up. Shame on you. We are giving these gifts to do the right thing.
Nice.
You got that right. And next, we'll have our own show.
That's how you do it.
You got that right. So
You learn from
we
experiences.
have 1 minute left, and I'm going to end this. I will restart it if anyone has any questions other than that, because like I said, I can't see anything. And we are going to say over and out, and we will come back on in 5 minutes, okay? If anyone truly wants to have any questions answered, okay? I want you to check out Crystal _ world. We're going to be posting a ton more videos about what we do and education. And it's going to be absolutely incredible.
It's not
Well, it
easy.
already is.
Not easy going against the grain.
It's not easy being against paranormal people, investigators. I refuse to call myself that. Anyways, love you, everybody. We are signing out. I got Fifi. Ciao, ciao.